Hi guys, thank you so much for being here to help support and celebrate the release of The Colors of Mind. I'm going to read you a couple of chapters tonight. I decided to read two because the first one is based in Adam's world, the world of colors he calls it. It's a good introduction to it. And then the next one jumps to his real life. So I thought it'd be good to see both perspectives. Here's the cover. And this is chapter 11. I'm a little confused at first. I'm dry, and the last I remember I was just out of the water. I look around to figure out where I am. Then I see the giant stone letter C, and it comes back to me. I look down to the water, and I'm not very surprised to see the boat is gone. No going back in the world of colors, only forward. I'm glad. I don't want to be in that water again. I get to my feet and climb up through the sand toward the sea. Once I'm up next to it, I realize the sea is actually a doorway sticking out from the rest of a building made of rock. Clever, I think, as I squint into the light that's above the sea. I can't tell where it's coming from. It feels warm against my face. I look through the sea doorway into a tunnel and see only dark. I feel a cold breeze. Instead of going into the tunnel right away, I walk away from it along the rock wall. I don't have to go very far before I run into water. No going this way. I turn around and do the same along the wall the other way. I run into water again. It looks like the tunnel is my only option. Not really all that surprising. I walk back to the tunnel and look inside for a bit. Only going forward, I think, as I walk into the cold darkness. I can see just enough from the light behind me to tell that I'm walking into a stone-lined tunnel. I feel no fear. I take my time. It's dry and the walls feel dusty and rough. It smells old. As it gets darker, I slow even more and reach my hands out in front of me so I won't run into anything. Soon it's pitch black and the tunnel has become quite narrow. The air is chilly, but not enough to bother me. I have to crouch down a little. I slowly shuffle along now, feeling with both my feet and hands since I can't see anything. The ground beneath me is rocky. I have to move carefully. I have no idea how long I'm in the dark tunnel, shuffling along, when the first speckles of light begin to fill the air in front of me. They're bright to my eyes that are used to the dark. This encourages me and I shuffle a little faster with relief. Now I can see a very small opening ahead. I have to get down on my hands and knees and crawl the rest of the way. Rocks dig into my knees, so I have to move slow and careful. I crawl as quickly as I can and try not to think about things like bugs and spider webs. Then my head is free into a wide open room. It's a round gray room made of dark round stones full of those sparkles of light, each a different color. It's bright after the thick blackness of the tunnel. I pull myself out of the hole and absently brush myself off, looking around. The room is so high that I can't see the top, only the weird sparkling lights, like starlight. It's wide enough that a van could park in it. I can't see directly across the room, but since the tunnel leads forward, that's the way I go. The ground beneath me is rocky, like the tunnel, only here the rocks are bigger. I have to walk carefully so I don't twist my ankle. I stop when I'm most of the way across, to gawk at the wall in front of me. The sight doesn't make me pleased. There are 3 different tunnel openings in front of me. I know where this is going. I shrug and begin walking toward the middle one. You have to start somewhere, I think. The rocks here are now the size of gray boulders, and I have to climb over some to get to the tunnels. The rocks are sharp in places, and I have to move slowly. I notice there's sand between the rocks that my feet sink into. Once I reach the tunnels, I have to climb up a little to get into them. Now standing in front of the middle one, I can see it is pitch black inside. I take a deep breath and begin my journey. I'm thankful the ground inside is gradually growing smoother and reach down to run my fingers through the fine sand. I wind my way through the pitch black tunnel, slowly feeling my way. Suddenly, the hand I have out in front of me runs into a wall. I'm very glad I had my hand out, or I would have broken my nose. I feel along the wall first one way, then the other. It's no use. This is a dead end. I feel my way to the ground and am about to sit down and take a break in the pitch black darkness when my hand bumps into something. I'm scared at first. Having felt nothing but rock and sand, the softness of what I touched almost makes me want to run. But it didn't move when I touched it. Therefore, it isn't alive. At least, I don't think so. I begin to sweat, but I reach out the hand I can't see to touch the soft object again. Very slowly. The tips of my fingers brush against it, and I almost pull my hand away again. But it doesn't move or appear to be breathing. I dare to move closer until my fingers wrap around it, and once I realize what it is, I release the breath I didn't realize I was holding with a whoosh that makes me jump in the dark. It's a felt drawstring bag. Obviously, I can't see what's inside it, but I think I know, and quickly fumble with the string. I slowly reach inside and try very hard not to let my imagination get away from me. My hand grasps a smooth, cool, stick-like object I can't believe that I found. Crouching now, I reach back into the bag and find another object in it, saying a quiet, "Thank you." To whoever has left this treasure, I fumble with what I think is a lighter. In other places, I would never be allowed to even touch one, but I know how they work. Eventually, my thumb rolls across a piece of metal, and a spark lights my eyes for a moment, long enough to see it. I flick the lighter again, this time holding down the plastic behind it. I have to squeeze my eyes shut against the beautiful light that bursts from it. Once my eyes adjust, I light the candle. I let the lighter go dark and hold on to it for a moment to let it cool. Then I put what I can now see is a blue lighter back into the blue felt bag. I dig the candle into the sand beneath me so that it won't tip over and tie the bag onto my belt while trying not to bump the candle. Then I pick the candle back up and stand with it slowly, watching the flame dance with my movement. I take a moment to look around the tunnel once the light isn't moving. It's for sure a dead end behind me. I start back the way I had come. Only now I'm able to see the single pair of footprints in the bright yellow sand in front of me. The sand is glowing in the oddly yellow light from the blue candle. I laugh and it echoes crazily as I realize candle starts with C. I say it out loud for good measure. Candle starts with C. Candle starts with C, the tunnel tells me back good-naturedly. I walk for a bit. I realize quickly the dripping wax from the candle is a problem. It only takes the hot sting of the wax on my skin once for me to realize it. I have to stop and crouch down, setting the candle in the sand again. I untie the felt bag, take the lighter out, and put it in my pocket. Then I stick my hand in the bag like a glove and pick up the candle again. I wait a moment to test my idea. The hot wax drips onto the bag and then to the sand. My hand is fine. I'm proud of my small victory. Even though I have a candle now, there isn't much to see. The dry, dusty walls and the yellow-colored sand. My footprints from the other way are the only marks in the sand. I'm relieved. I don't see any bugs, rats, or even spider webs that my imagination had pictured when I was in the dark. When I can see the colorful light ahead, I stop to blow out the candle and put it back into the bag. I retie it on my belt with the candle inside. I'm back to the cave with 3 pathways to choose from, right or left. Frustrated, I head toward the right one, carefully stepping over the rocks in my path. I stop a couple feet into the tunnel to repeat the process of lighting the candle again, and then holding it with my bagged hand. I'm taking no chances. Now with light, I realize something odd as I walk. The sand beneath me is gradually becoming more yellow. The change is so subtle I didn't notice it in the middle tunnel, but it starts out the normal color of sand, and then grain by grain, it's becoming yellow. If I had been in a cartoon, one of those bubbles saying, "Aha," would have appeared. I'm looking for something yellow. I'm very glad for the candle because this tunnel isn't as straight as the middle one. It turns left to right and seems to be gradually going down. After walking what feels like forever, I hear an echoing toward me. I stop to listen, but don't hear it now, so I start walking again. Must have been my imagination, I think. I can see tiny footprints in the sand and crouch to see them closer. They're everywhere and in a million different directions. I hear a noise again, louder and closer. It makes the hairs on the back of my neck stick up. I'm scared as I stand up again. I listen for a moment, deciding what to do. When it comes again, much closer. Only this time it doesn't sound quite so scary, now that it hasn't had to echo so far. Still, I don't move any further. I keep my candle lit, the light shaking with my hand. It comes again now, just in front of me, in the dark beyond the candlelight. I reach the candle out further and catch a shadow of movement as the light comes again. It doesn't sound threatening anymore, but you never know in the world of colors. Then, there it is, walking into the light thrown from the candle. Meow, it casually says, and keeps walking toward me. I crouch down, no longer afraid. Now, I'm fascinated. The cat's fur is a mix of stripes and circles, but what fascinates me is its color. It's a bright, banana yellow cat. It comes and eagerly rubs against my fingers and purrs a thank you. Its fur, ears, and even its eyes are yellow. After allowing me to pet it, it suddenly jumps up and starts walking back the way it had come. It stops and looks back just in the circle of light from my candle like, "Aren't you coming?" I follow the yellow tabby cat. Cat starts with C, I think. We walk through the winding tunnel some ways until, without warning, the tunnel opens into a huge room filled with the star colors, and lit enough that I can blow out the candle and drop it into my bag. While tying the bag back onto my belt, I look around in awe. The floor and walls are a polished rock of some kind, which reflect the star colors from above them, making it seem brighter. The room is filled with furniture, couches, chairs, beds, desks, and shelves as high as I can see. All yellow, of course. Everywhere there are yellow cats. Dozens of them. They have different patterns underneath the yellow, stripes, spots, patches, different shades of yellow, but all of them are yellow like the sun. Most look like they were sleeping and were awoken to see this new stranger. Many of them are arching their backs in a stretch before hopping off their piece of furniture to come investigate. They're slowly making their way toward me. I don't feel threatened by them. In fact, most are purring and or rubbing against me to be petted, making me laugh. Once they seem to be satisfied, they sit down on the rock and begin to groom patiently, or lie down. Soon, dozens of yellow cats are sitting in front of me, staring at me. The tabby cat who led me here is sitting in front. "What now?" I ask out loud. My voice doesn't echo in this room, and the cats don't answer. The cats don't budge, only stare at me with their eerie yellow eyes. I sigh and stare back at the yellow cats. Then I smack myself in the forehead. "Cat starts with C," I say out loud. I swear the lead tabby cat rolls its eyes before quietly getting up and breaking away from his group of friends. It walks to me and looks up. It opens its mouth as if to say something. Then I do hear someone speak. It doesn't come from the odd feline in front of me, but maybe it does. "Wake up, Adam," the voice booms, making me jump. It says it again, only louder, filling up the room with its sound. "Wake up!" Chapter 12. I open my eyes to the voice, my heart pounding. I'm scared because the voice is scared. I can feel it. "Adam, honey, are you awake?" she asks. I am. Mother is there. It's not dark outside yet. I nod sleepily. I'm in bed, but I don't remember getting there. That happens sometimes. Still, I'm confused. What time is it? Dinner time? "Adam, I have to go," Mother says, grabbing my arm, almost hurting. "There's been an accident. I have to go get Father. Nanny is here, Adam. Nanny will stay with you until I get back. Nanny will make dinner for you, okay?" That's wrong. Father gets home for dinner. Mother stays with me until then. Nanny only comes on Tuesdays. Today isn't Tuesday, but Nanny is here. That's wrong. Tomorrow is Tuesday. Today is Monday. Nanny only comes on Tuesdays. I'm scared. Being scared makes me mad. "I'm sorry, Adam. I know you're scared and upset, but I have to go." Then she goes. This makes me more scared. I'm not a baby. I get mad. Mad is better than scared. I let the mad tears come. I scream and hit. I hit my bed and myself. I pull at my clothes and at my bed, trying to stop, but not able to. Nanny tries to help the mad go away, but only I can stop the mad, and I don't want to. Nanny should not be here. It isn't Tuesday. Mother should be here. Father should get home at dinner time. What kind of an accident? What does that mean? I can't ask. It is too much. I let the mad take me over.